Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be giving you a tour of my vinyl record collection. It's going to be more of like a vlog style kind of video. This tour is basically going to be showing you guys my different vinyl setups, my different storage systems, and showing you my different collections and like my sub collections. This is my vinyl record wall display, so you guys can kind of get a sense of the space. It definitely looks way bigger on camera, like oh my gosh, in person it's way closer and way smaller. I also wanted to display records I thought would match my wall color. So my wall color is like a light purpley kind of color. So I definitely think these records fit that the most. And some of these are also my most played records, so it's easy to grab them from the wall and play them. Up here is Clarity by Zedd, and then I've got Area 21 Greatest Hits Volume 1. You guys know how much I love Martin Garrix, so of course I want it on my wall. And I really do love the cover art. And over here I have Calm by 5 Seconds of Summer. This is the Target exclusive edition, and it is a variant cover, so I wanted to display it. Below that is my album Radiance, and it does look differently in real life, but right now the colors look almost identical to my wall. That's kind of crazy. I'd never really noticed that before, but it definitely is like a bluish purple pink kind of color. Next to that in the middle is So Far So Good by the Chainsmokers, my favorite Chainsmokers album, and I love the purple theme they went for with this album. And last but not least, I have Dua Lipa's album Future Nostalgia. It's one of the first albums I ever bought on vinyl, so it is kind of like a nostalgic throwback piece here on my wall. Kind of reminds me of where I started, and the blue and the pink match my wall, I think. If you want to know what these little pieces are that I use to display my vinyl records, these same ones I have are actually discontinued, but I do have some similar ones linked in the description. This shelf is next to my bed, so my 7-inch vinyl is not in the main spot where I keep all my records, but since they're small, they really fit the space of this shelf. It doesn't fit my records, so that's why I keep my 7-inch vinyl in here. I think it's like 11 by 11, so it's just shy of fitting my LPs. So I have like 10 of them, I think. I like to keep them in alphabetical order by song title, so here I have the Avengers theme song, Circles by Post Malone. After that, I have the Easier flexi disc. This is Easier by 5 Seconds of Summer. Not the best sound quality, it's more of like a collector item for me. There's 2 singles on there, and the genre is future funk. And then I have Sunflower by Post Malone. This is from A New Hope. It has 2 songs from the soundtrack, the main title and the Cantina Band. And this one is from The Empire Strikes Back. This one has the Imperial March and also the Asteroid Field. And then this one is Teeth by 5 Seconds of Summer. I love that song so much. And this one is also one of my favorite 7-inch vinyl records. This is a song by Martin Garrix and Tiesto. It's called The Only Way Is Up. And then last but not least, I have Wow by Post Malone. I love that song. Next, I'll show you guys my vinyl record stand. It's not very big, and it's almost like halfway full right now. I got this stand from IKEA. I will show like an empty picture of it. It was part of the Swedish House Mafia collab with IKEA. It was called the OBEGRÄNSAD collection. I actually made a full video of me going to get it and looking at the whole collection. If you want to see that video, link in the description. And I like Swedish House Mafia a lot, so I was glad I was able to kind of participate in the limited drop and get something from the collection. And this has actually been really perfect because I do get a lot of vinyl records from my subscribers. I'm very, very grateful for all the VCLT records I get. Everything that's gifted to me I really appreciate, and so I decided to put all of my favorite stuff into this record stand. I don't want to keep a ton of records in here just because the design is not the best. It is on an angle, so that means the records that are in the very back, those are probably going to get crushed, and it's not good to keep them in there for a long period of time, you know. But for right now, this is what I have in here. So it is separated by genre. So I have pop and rock, dance/EDM, and then synthwave and chillwave. A few records by Windows 96. I should have 4 of them. Yeah. And then I've got this Michael Oakley, Cruise Control, Max Cruise, Cloudy Vibes by E-Live, or E-Live. And this one is Feathers by Eagle Eyed Tiger. So that was all the synthwave and chillwave. And then in here I've got some dance and EDM, Saturday Night Motel Music. I've got Bunny X, Love Minus 80. This is a mix from a DJ who sent me some of these records, so this is his picture disc here, the Jungle Jazz Smokers Lounge. Back here, this was a collab I did with a company called Vinyl Moon. They sent me a few records for me to make a video about and kind of promote the company. They sent me some compilation records, so these are not like regular albums, they're more like compilation albums. And then behind here is pop/rock. This is the other record from Vinyl Moon. This is from the artist Slyboy. He sent me this record. It was actually the very first time any artist sent me any records or gifted me anything, so this one's really special. It's called Jibo Complex, and behind it I've got another band that sent me an album of theirs called Big Green Cherry. That's the band name, and as you can see, it is signed by the band. This album is called No One Cares. So I've got Thriller here, and behind it I've got Bad. So again, the idea behind this shelf is like my favorites that were gifted to me, and also like my on repeat from the records that were gifted to me. I do have more records from other people that have gifted me records. Those are in a separate box. I just wanted to highlight like my favorites that are in this record stand for this video. And here we have my record collection. This is my main record collection, my main vinyl shelf, because this is where I keep the majority of my records. Every record in here has a story and a reason for why it's in here. Like, I don't just buy records to buy records and to have a big full collection. I'm very much, you know, less is more, so I do prefer quality over quantity, so that's why I don't have a ton, but again, these are like my absolute favorites. These are stored alphabetically by album title. I find that the easiest way to play a record. Starting here, I do have some numbers. These are kind of hard to get out because they're in the front, but I've got 5 Sauce 5 by 5 Seconds of Summer. This is the standard edition, and then I also have the deluxe edition right here, which is much thicker. Usually I don't get variants or multiple copies of the same album, but since it is the deluxe edition with bonus songs, I decided to get it. I've got a David Guetta album, the band Camino. I could talk about this. This is my Batman section here at B. I've got the Batman score from the Batman movie. I believe it came out in 1989, I think. This is like the original Batman score, so it has like the original Batman theme song composed by Danny Elfman. I love that, it's a classic. And then I have some Chris Nolan Batman stuff, the Dark Knight trilogy. This is kind of like a compilation record from songs by Hans Zimmer. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. And next to that I have from the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. I have this soundtrack on vinyl, so I do like having all my Batman stuff in one place. Then I have Post Malone, Black Panther, The Chainsmokers, more 5 Sauce. This is the Calm Plus One edition, so this one has the extra bonus song Kill My Time on it, and this is on pink vinyl. It's the same one as the blue one from earlier, but it's pink and it has a bonus song. And then I have more Chainsmokers after it, the band Camino. Got some Juice WRLD, Death Race for Love, Skrillex, Tiesto. This one is kind of relevant now, I would say. This is the Dune soundtrack. This is for the first Dune movie. As of filming this video, I have not seen the second one, but I really want to. Hopefully I'll see it soon. If I like the second movie enough, I might get the soundtrack to the second movie. And this one is on a sand-colored vinyl, meant to be for like the sands of Arrakis, so that's really cool. Some more Juice WRLD here, Fighting Demons, more Zed. This one is a 12-inch single, the song Find You, which was in the Divergent movies. I really like that song. And then I do have some Calvin Harris. Luckily, Funkoid Bounces Volume 1 and 2 have like the same names, so they're next to each other here. This is obviously Volume 1. Next to it I have Volume 2. I can't wait to play this album soon. It's almost the summer. More Juice WRLD, Goodbye and Good Riddance. Here I have the Guardians of the Galaxy. These ones are another pair that go together. So I have the soundtrack for Volume 1. This is the deluxe edition, so it has like the soundtrack and the score. So I've got that, and then next to it is Volume 2. I didn't really like the third movie's soundtrack or score that much, so I didn't get it on vinyl, but I really like the first two. And I have Niall Horan, Heartbreak Weather, and then I have The Weeknd, The Highlights, and this one is on a clear, sparkly vinyl. It might be hard to see there. Yeah, this one has pretty much all of my favorite songs from The Weeknd, minus a few. This one is the only vinyl I could find that had the Hobbit soundtrack on it, and I really love the Hobbit soundtrack, so I'm so glad I was able to get that on vinyl. After some more Post Malone, I do have some Chris Nolan / Hans Zimmer records. These are Inception and Interstellar. But yeah, I love these movies and I love the soundtrack. I love having these in my collection. Some of my favorite soundtracks ever. So I've got the Justice League movie score, more Juice WRLD. This one is another Lord of the Rings. It's like the complete Lord of the Rings trilogy soundtrack. Ooh, this one is definitely my most rare record, the most expensive record. This is the Meet You There tour live by 5 Seconds of Summer. and I technically got this record for free. I did make a whole video about it. I'll leave a link in the description. This one is like my holy grail of vinyl. It's the only live album in my collection too, so it's very, very special to me. Then I have Memories by the Chainsmokers. This one is one of my few picture discs. I do have the One Kiss picture disc by Calvin Harris and Dua Lipa. I love that song so much. I do have it facing on the Calvin Harris side, but Dua Lipa is on the other side. Paradise Again, Swedish House Mafia, a really great record. Skrillex, this is now like one of my most played albums in my entire collection. I love this album so much. I play it all the time. Really great stuff, and it's on red vinyl. The Show by Niall Horan, his third album, and I love the blue vinyl on this one. It looks so cool. It's like a turquoise color. Love it. Oh, this one is another cool one. It's one of my other picture discs. I only have a couple of them, but this one is Slide by Calvin Harris. This one is also pretty rare and expensive from what I've seen, so that's what it looks like. Slide there. Great song. A really great collector item to have in my collection. More Fire Sauce here. Got the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack. It's one of my favorite animated movies now. I do prefer the soundtrack to the first movie, which is this one. I might get the second one eventually, but it is pretty expensive. This is another really good section. We're getting into my Star Wars stuff now. So I've got the original soundtrack to Star Wars. This is from A New Hope. I got The Force Awakens, and I have Season 1 and Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Really, really great music here by John Williams and Ludwig Göransson. I think that's how you say it. More Post Malone. Oh, this one is Tenet. I absolutely love this movie. One of my favorite movies. And this one was also composed by Ludwig Göransson. Of course, this one is another Christopher Nolan movie. Christopher Nolan is my favorite director, as you can clearly tell. This album by Dylan Francis is called This Mixtape is Fire. Dylan Francis was like clearing out his merch store, so I got a bunch of his merch for like $1. He just put out the second one a couple of months ago, and as far as I know, the second one is not on vinyl, which is so sad. Then I have Zed's album True Colors. I love that album so much. And then this record by the band Camino. I love it a lot. Sorry, this is like so messy, like oh my gosh, I've got to fix that. This record by the band Camino on orange vinyl. This album is called Try Hard. It's one of their EPs, but it's my favorite project from the band, the album where I discovered the band, and this music is honestly amazing. I highly recommend it. And the record itself is super rare and expensive, so it's another one of my grails. I love it. Another Post Malone record. I have almost all of his albums on vinyl, except for Austin. And then I have Record Store Day 2023. This is the bonus songs to 12 Karat Toothache. Hateful and Waiting for Never are on here. These are my last two. This is Where Are You Now by Skrillex and Diplo under Jack U. And then with Justin Bieber, it's really the song that introduced me to Skrillex, so to have it on vinyl as a 12-inch single is amazing. I love it. And last but not least, I have Youngblood by 5 Seconds of Summer. This album really like changed my life. If you want to know how, I did make a video about that last week, so you can check out that video, link in the description. But yeah, this record really like started it all for me. One of my favorite albums of all time, the album that really got me into music and helped me become a music fan and a music collector, and it's also one of the very first albums I ever got on vinyl. I hope you guys liked this vlog style video. It was really fun to do, and maybe I'll make more videos like this in the future. Let me know what you think. In the comments, you guys can give me a tour of your record collections. Let me know what music you like to collect. Let me know what genres or artists or bands you listen to. Let me know what are your favorite records. Let me know how many you have. Let me know how you store your records. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!